You're listening to the world of business and taxes with Mike Lodge, keeping you informed. So let's get started.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge. I wanted to talk about, just shortly, about all of you students that are out there working at the moment. And you may not have thought about that you might have some tax reporting responsibilities. So for all of you students, let's go over some of the IRS tips for you guys who are working at McDonald's, or you may be working for somebody else and you might be getting paid cash. There's a lot of different payment scenarios. So let's go through it, okay? So students and teenagers often get summer jobs. This is a great way to earn extra spending money or to save for later. The IRS offers a few tax tips for taxpayers with a summer job. The number one is withholding an estimated tax. Students and teenage employees normally have tax withheld from their paychecks by the employer. Some workers are considered self-employed and may be responsible for paying taxes directly to the IRS. One way to do it is by making an estimated tax payment during the year. An estimated tax payment is looking at your income and estimating what taxes that you may owe on it and then paying it to the IRS or to the state so that at the end of the year you do not owe any taxes. But the key here is that most of you are probably going to be working what is called W-2 wages, which means that you're going to have withholding taxes taken out. But if you don't have any taxes taken out, then you need to look at it. And some of you may even qualify for exempt. So you need to talk to your payroll department when you go into work, and when you fill out that W-4, you're going to tell them exactly how many dependents and everything else. So go into your HR department or payroll department and go over what the needs are, okay, for you to report your taxes. So if you're a new employee, when a person gets a new job, they will fill out that W-4 that I'm talking about, which is the Employees Withholding Allowance Certificate. Employers use this form to calculate how much federal income tax is going to be withheld from your paycheck, okay? The IRS withholding calculator is on irs.gov and can help any taxpayer really to fill out the form. But it's a very simple form. It's a W-4. You can look it up online and answer those questions before you start your new job. But when you go in on your first day, they're going to ask you to fill out several different forms. One is the W-4 form, which is for employees. They'll ask you to fill out an I-9 form, which is to verify that you are legal to work in the United States. And then, if you are a self-employed person, like they're just paying you cash, they're going to have you fill out what is called a W-9. So if you get a W-9, you know that you're not going to have any taxes taken out. That means you're going to have to pay estimated taxes. Self-employment. A taxpayer may engage in types of work that may be considered self-employment. Money earned from self-employment is taxable. Self-employment work can be jobs like babysitting or lawn care. Keep good records on money received and expenses paid related to the work, because the IRS is going to ask for that. IRS rules may allow some, if not all, costs associated with self-employment to be deducted. A tax deduction generally reduces the taxes you pay. So if you're a self-employed income, your tax preparer is going to ask you, okay, let me see how much money you've earned. Are there any expenses you can take against that income to reduce your net income? Net income is what you're going to pay self-employment taxes on. Then we have to talk about tip income. Employees should report tip income. Keep a daily log to accurately report tips. Report tips of $20 or more received in cash in any single month to the employer. Okay, because they'll need to report that into your W-2 wages. So payroll taxes. Taxpayers may earn too little from their summer job to owe income tax. Employers usually must withhold Social Security and Medicare taxes from their pay. If a taxpayer is self-employed, then Social Security and Medicare taxes may still be due and are generally paid by the taxpayer in a timely manner. That means estimated tax payments. Or you'll pay it at the end of the year when you file your tax return. Let's talk about those of you who are newspaper carriers. I don't know if there's any of those of you out there, but if there is, God bless you. Special rules apply to a newspaper carrier or distributor. We used to call them paper boys. I used to be a paper boy when I was a kid. I used to go get on my bike, have a bag over my shoulder, and I worked for the Seattle Times, and I would go through the neighborhoods and throw the papers onto the front porch, and I was a newspaper carrier. So there are special rules for you guys, okay? If a person meets certain conditions, then they are self-employed. If the taxpayer does not meet those conditions and are under the age of 18, they may be exempt from Social Security and Medicare taxes, okay? So talk to your dad and mom, have them talk to their tax accountant, which is now going to be your new tax accountant, and talk about these things, okay? Now, this is something that many of us don't really even think about. ROTC. Some of you get paid for being an ROTC. Now, it's very seldom, I don't even know if schools really have ROTC programs anymore. I know that we did, and we saw them around campus, but ROTC pay is taxable, okay? If a taxpayer is in a ROTC program, active duty pay such as pay for summer advance camp is taxable. Other allowances the taxpayer may receive may not be taxable. So, in fact, you can go to irs.gov and pull up publication 3 for the details of what is taxable and what isn't taxable. But we very seldom even think about the ROTC program being a taxable issue. So, if you have a really good mom and dad who has a really terrific tax accountant, spend a few minutes on the phone with them. This is the time where you now have to be an adult, because now we have to talk about, you've got a summer job, you're earning money, are you going to be taxable or not taxable? What are the questions that you need to ask? So tell your mom and dad, hey, give me the number to your tax accountant, I have some questions. I have a summer job, so I have to be responsible. That is part of growing up, I'm afraid. We never have to think about the summer job situation and all these other questions that come about, and take into consideration the tax situations, but it has to be done, because now that you're working, the IRS and the state want your money. I know it sounds unfair. We adults think it's unfair. We gripe and moan about it every single day. Now it's your turn. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you for listening. Join us again tomorrow.
Stay informed with the world of business and taxes with Mike Lodge.
Have a great day.
You can listen to all of our podcasts on www.wbtpod.com.